Hello everyone, I hope you're feeling well and happy. Today we're looking at dissecting a flower. Okay, first of all, have a look at all the flowers I have popped on here. These are all from my garden. Do you recognise any of them? Have a look carefully at the colours of the petals and the shapes of the leaves on there and so on. These are all things that can help us to remember flowers and plants. It's the scent as well. Have a good look at these ones. See if you can name any of them. Pause this video and then we'll have a little look. Okay, let's have a look. We've got a dandelion, a bluebell, clematis, forget-me-not, which is actually my favourite flower. It's beautiful. Little daisy, some rosemary, which is a herb, which is starting to have some little flowers on, an azalea, and a lilac bush as well. Have a good look in your own garden as well if you're lucky enough to have a garden, or have a little look around your surrounding area. Have a look, notice those plants and flowers that you can see while you're walking around. And if you've got permission for this and you've got access to an iPad or a phone or something like that, see if you can download an app such as Plant Snap, and it's really good because you can take a photo of a plant and it tells you what it is. And that's a really good way of learning and helping you to remember it as well. When you're looking at flowers, look really closely at them. Notice the colours, all those different colours in the flower. On here you can see some orange bits, some deep purple, the white leading into a beautiful lilac on these petals as well. So many beautiful colours. Have a good look at them. Okay, so what we're going to do is have a look at dissecting a flower. Now, dissecting means cutting something up, basically. So what I'd like you to do, you can do it now, or you can watch this video and do it afterwards. It's whenever you want to. It's to choose a flower, to pick a flower. Having cut flowers that you've already got in a vase is probably an easier, best thing to have. But please make sure you always have permission to do this. And you will need a grown-up, I'd say, to help you as well before you start messing up with flowers. Okay, so the flower I chose is a dandelion because I've got hundreds of them in my garden. Okay, so dandelions are considered to be weeds, as you will see them everywhere you go, on verges, everywhere. But they're not actually weeds, and they do come from the same family as a sunflower. The name dandelion comes from Dandelion, and it means lion's tooth. And dandelions, you can actually eat dandelions. They can be made into soup, you can have them in salads and so on, and drinks. A drink that I used to have a long time ago was called dandelion and burdock, which I loved when I was younger. But what I do want to say is, please do not go picking and eating dandelions. They need to be cooked and washed and all sorts and everything, because you never know what animals and creatures and all sorts might have weed on them. So do not start going around eating them, please. Okay then, so let's have a look at the parts of the dandelion we can see from the outside. First of all, we can see the petals. They are the outer parts of the flower. They're normally really bright and attractive and colourful and have a beautiful scent, which is to attract insects. And that is to help in pollination, which we will look at in another lesson. We've got a stem for holding the plant upright, and it's for transporting water and nutrients up the plant. If you did the celery experiment, you could see how water and nutrients are transported along the plant. We've got the leaves where the plant makes its food, and the roots for absorbing water and nutrients from the ground. So now, if you've got a flower, you can do this at the same time, or just have a look at my photographs and then go and find a flower afterwards. So if you open up the flower, have a good look inside. You can just sort of carefully tear it apart, or very carefully, if you've got a grown-up to help you, use a knife, a blunt knife to help you cut it open. Have a good look. Here's the first part we're going to be having a look at. We've got petals, the sepal, the stamen, the anther, and the filament. We're going to have a look in more detail what all those words mean now. So the sepal is here, and the sepal looks like little leaves. It's the first part of the flower to form, and it protects the flower from drying out. So when you see the buds of a flower, it is protected by the sepal. Then we've got the stamen, and this is the male part of the flower. It has got a stalk called the filament. That big long stalk is the filament. And it's got a head called an anther. And in the anther are cells called pollen. And the stamens in a plant are usually long and thin. Here are some more parts of the flower, the carpel. And again, we're going to look at the carpel in more detail in a moment. We've got the style, the stigma, the ovary, the eggs, and the ovules. Now, in my photograph here, I didn't think that it was clear enough, so I decided to use this actual diagram of these to show you a dissection of a flower in more details. So the carpel is the female part of the plant, which is this part here, and it's normally found in the centre of the flower. It has a stalk called a style and a sticky tip called the stigma. It has got a base housing the ovary or the nectary, and in the ovary are little cells called eggs, and they're made inside structures called ovules. And if you look back on in this video here, you could actually see the little eggs in the dandelion as well, and perhaps you could see those in a flower that you look at. When you do dissect your flower, you could sort your flower into its different parts and place them under the correct headings on here. I will upload this to our Google Drive so you can download it, or you can simply make your own, or just take them all apart and see if you can try and match them to the different parts of the flower. On the PowerPoint that I will upload onto the shared Google Drive, there is a fabulous video that you can click on and have a good look at. It's a really amusing video with a little song in there as well to help you remember about the parts of a flower. So I really hope that you enjoy exploring different flowers and plants, and give yourself a challenge. See if you can learn the names of some flowers, some plants, some trees. Have a good look. If you've got access to any books, that would be fantastic. The internet is, fabulous for finding out lots of information. And if you manage to, if you take some pictures, please, please, please send them in to us. I would love to see them. Okay then, happy exploring, and I'll speak to you all soon. Goodbye.